This is Mike East, the owner of Smart Level, and I'm showing you how to image map today. Now, image map is where we take a photograph of a job site and drop the readings directly into the image. It's gold. It's very easy to show the homeowner what you've got. It's my preference in the two methods of mapping. We have augmented reality where the phone actually measures the ground as we're going, like you're using your phone as a tape measure. That's my second preference. This is always my first. If you don't have a drone, you can do Google Earth, a satellite image. You can put your phone in satellite mode and do a screenshot, but it's not, you don't have near the clarity. The best clarity comes in with a drone, $300 or so for a decent DJI, and you get the entire backyard, everything that's there in real time in your photo. It's fantastic. So what we do, I set the level down on its side. It's a little more accurate if it's set on its side like this, as opposed to upright. I've already walked all of the tubing out to the farthest location. That keeps us from dragging the reel across if we need more tubing. You want your reel is, your reference point is based on wherever you set the level and zero it out, but we don't want to move the reel because that factors into it also. If we move the reel, we have to come back and double check our benchmark or our zero starting point. So basically the short version of this, I connect everything to the monopod. If we zero it on the monopod, the tip of our monopod becomes our zero or reference point. The concrete makes a good benchmark. It's probably not going to be torn up for many years. So I'm going to go into image mapping now. We're going to pull up a photograph of the job site. We're going to zoom in just a little bit so I've got everything that I need. Then we're going to choose this. Now, wherever I'm standing in real life, I put the crosshairs. I'm standing right on the edge here where it's showing 0 point. I drop my zero reading in. Now, the image mapping is much more forgiving. As I say, you can come back a year later, pull this image up, and you can drop your readings right into it. Super easy peasy to do. I'm just putting the crosshairs right over my cones. I put these cones down to mark where I am if I don't have a good reference point. We're a little shy of 3 inches below where we started here. And basically, as fast as I walk, I can survey this. It's like having a surveyor in your back pocket. It's exactly like having a surveyor in your back pocket. Our second location is going to be, almost 1.5 inches lower than where we started. Now I'm going to make a little crisscross across here with the augmented reality or the other. We would have to make a perimeter, create a perimeter first, and you have to walk a little bit farther. With this, I'm simply going to zigzag back and forth in the most efficient way I can come up with. Drop our readings in as we go. Give it just a little bit of time to settle out. You have an undo button. If you make a mistake, you can undo your last reading or however many you need to. Pretty close to where we started here. Come down and get this cone. About 6 inches lower. I'll come down and map the edge of the house while we're here. So basically, as fast as you can walk, you can create a survey of this property. Not only a survey, but you have your readings dropped into a photograph. It's easy for anybody to see and understand. Very impressive for the homeowner, as opposed to the guy that's holding a tape measure up and writing everything down on a legal pad. Not the most professional way of doing it anymore. It used to be great. Things change. The top of our retaining wall. About 50 inches higher than where we were. If you lose track of where you are, you just go in and Hit that button, it brings you right back to where you were. Now, our closest one here. Move right back behind it. Now to our next set. Get the one closest to the house first. Then our back one. Get the back one over here first. Looks like we've got a skeleton in the, in the edge of the readings there. Like I say, when you got an overhead photograph, you got all the data that you need. Down toward the house. And we'll end up with our farthest point. Which is about 63 inches higher than where we started. Center that up and you can see we've got a very accurate elevation map of our property. Now all we have to do is save it. And then we'll put the backyard. Now, with our image mapping, there is one additional step that we have to take. We need a ground reading, something measured on the ground. Sometimes some of the crews will actually lay a 20-foot tape measure pulled out, well, a tape measure pulled out to 20 foot. That way they have a visual representation. You can log it in that way, or we can actually go to the edge of the property like we're doing now. We can go into the AR function. We can go to our first site here. Starting to rain. Like I say, you don't have to worry about rain with this equipment. It's waterproof. You might get a little wet, but it's not going to hurt the equipment whatsoever. And we'll map this location here. We'll draw this other line to our other side here, and this will give us our one length on the ground, which will scale everything in this image. 142 inches across there. And typically I'll go in and save the plot again, and we'll put width, distance. And we saved it. So rain or shine, we're good to go. Like having a surveyor in your back pocket.